Hey guys, this is Robert Curtis, putting up some videos. Hey, I've been getting some comments on Facebook page, and these guys have been really aggressive and kind of not understanding where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a place of being a hairstylist, looking out for the hairdressers and those that we serve as sharpeners. And a lot of sharpeners, they don't typically want to learn. They're not like hairdressers. Hairdressers, they're always learning stuff. There's a new haircut or new color or new type of updo, and a girl sees another colleague doing something fancy in the salon, and she wants to know what it's about. Hey, how do you do that? Well, sharpeners, I have come to the understanding that they don't think like hairdressers. Generally speaking, they know one technique, or they got one machine and they've been using it for years, and they don't want to change, man. And I can understand that. You get used to what you got, but that doesn't mean you can't have another club in your golfer's bag to use for other purposes. You know, it can be an addition to your system to complement your business. Now, I had a Proxon. I guess you guys can see it here. It's it's now down to a shell. A lot of these flat hone systems, they will, the ones that have the clamp systems and stuff. This is an inexpensive version of like a Cymac, which would be like $3,600 to buy one of those things. This here has a motor in it and everything, and it typically, I've taken everything out of it because I wanted versatility. So kind of my machine became, this was my first step, and then put an arm on it and do the sharpening thing like everyone else. And then it came down to, I put a 3-positional switch, so it goes in 2 directions. It's a bench sander. It's called a Proxon. It's a TG125E. You can get it online, and just add a 3-positional switch on it, and you got a flat home. And that's for like $229 or $39. You can get it from Lowe's and Home Depot. You can order it now. So you guys going out there and you want to stay close to your system and whatever, just get one of these things, man. You put a 3-positional switch. Now it is a DC motor, albeit it has a little circuit board that converts it from 120 volt AC to 110 volt AC to 120 volt DC. So it's got a lot of torque in it. It'll get up to like 4,000 RPMs, and that's all you need really to get up an edge. But yeah, I cut off the cord, and I says, well, I want to go cordless with this, and I developed the Sharp and Go Mini, and this is kind of bulky and kind of clumsy like. I mean, it's not too big. I guess it's a typical something like the size of a Cymac, I guess would be, and that's not a bad machine. But I like choices. I like flexibility. If I want to unplug it and have that thing still working and on a battery power supply, I can do it. It's only 5 pounds, and I can throw it in a backpack and run. I like versatility. Now, a lot of these guys, with my Sharp and Go clip, they think it's freehand. It's not freehand. You do have a guide system. And, I was on Facebook going back and forth, and if any of the sharpeners out there want to send me their machine, I open up an invitation. I'll give you, now this is serious, I will give you a Sharp and Go Mini or Micro, your choice, for your clamp-based system. Now it has to be something beyond a twice as sharp, a grinder. That thing is dangerous on you don't want to use that thing on high-end scissors. But if you have a flat hone system that maybe like a Cymac or whatever, and you send it to me, I will use it to do a test, and I'll test on 3 or 4 points. I'll test on portability. I'll test on weight and portability, function, ease, and performance. Now I'll do all this in comparison to your machine. Now, I don't think any of you guys will take me up to it, but I hope you surprise me. And if you have a lot of love and belief in your system, you wouldn't be hesitant. You know, I offered this out there because he says you need to put up or shut up. You know, I was on Facebook on, I guess, Sharpener's chat, and these old boys thought they had me in the corner. I says, you know, I'll meet you halfway. I'll even go further than that. I'll send your machine back to you after I test it, and I'll send you a machine. You can keep mine, you know. And then they blocked me. I mean, what kind of thing is that? They're the ones that brought it up. But that's why I'm saying I want to work with you guys on behalf of the hairdressers. I meet a lot of resistance because people don't like change and something that may be better. And they says, well, it's a different system completely, you know. And I says, yes, it is. It's the next generation. You have the freehand, then you have the clamp system, and now you got the clip system. And it's easier, it's quicker, does an equal job. I make that thing hair popping sharp. And I'm meeting some resistance. Any good thing, any good. The Wright brothers, they had problems when they were doing their flying machines. People would laugh at them, and they just says, well, if man was meant to fly, then they would have wings. Okay. And I understand that you meet that resistance in society, and it's kind of like you can have a machine that does the same thing but does it quicker, better. It's like a toaster oven or a toaster, you know. You know, if you have a problem and you have any questions, and this challenge was opened up by some sharpeners out there on Sharpener Chat. You know, they said buy, sell, and trade on Facebook, and I says, you know, guys, I'm still open-handed with that. I'll give you one of my machines, and I'll send yours back, and you can video test your own. You can video test mine, but you got to use it properly, and you got to practice up to where you can do good, you know, and then test your machine. If you go at it half, and I do the same thing with your machine. I'll need to probably have it for a couple of weeks of practicing or whatnot, and call you up, make sure that I'm doing it right, and then I'll put a challenge against my machine against yours, and I'll use a stopwatch to see how long it takes to do the service. Because when you got, like, let's say 10, 15, 20 shears, and they're laying out because you're doing a whole salon, and you have to clamp in and out of that thing all the time, it is time consuming, it's cumbersome, and have to reset that angle or whatever. With the Sharp and Go clip, man, you just pop that on there, you do it, you set it down, and you whip through that. And I want to show you guys on a video the comparison. You know, this here, I've used everything about that. I took the motor out of it, I put a pancake motor out of radiator fan on that thing, and went ahead and put a veritable speed controller and all that other stuff on there. And I started using this with how it came, and I just bypassed the wire going to the motor, and so it goes two directions. I mean, that's easy to retrofit. So if you really want to stay close to your systems, get something that's like $239 from Lowe's or from Home Depot, and don't go out of pocket with those really expensive machines out there that I would rather you spend your money and time and energy on getting training, because 90% of the people out there fail my test. And I mean, I've done some demonstrations. I was bold enough to put myself out there, and I got criticized for it, of course, and I'm okay with that. But what counts is the end result. I am a hairdresser. I owned a salon in Newport Beach, California, and I take my edge and my scissors very seriously. So I make that thing hair popping, slide cutting sharp. So you know, I can't imagine that you could do a better job than what I did. With your machine, you could probably do just as good. But I want to try it out. I want to test the waters. I want to get out there. I want to use your machine as it should be used, and I'll learn something. And you use my machine, and I think you'll learn something. and it might just end up being an extra club in your golfer's bag to help your business. All right, this is Robert Curtis with a response to some of the resistance I'm getting out there. It's okay to try something new, guys. In fact, I'm going to learn from you. You get out there, you tear this thing apart, you come up with your own ideas, and we should be out there learning from each other, not against each other. Well, y'all have a great day. Be blessed and safe out there.